Hi, welcome. This is Joey from Joey's Readings. So today, what I am going to do is I'm going to show you my self-care checkup that I do every month. Um, so this is my kind of like go-to um, when I feel stressed or when I need to do something relaxing to kind of energize myself. Um, so if you're interested in this after watching um, my spread of what I like to do, just send me an email or visit my Instagram page. I'll provide some links down below so you could contact me if you're interested in this spread. But without further ado, let's get started. So, the first thing that I'm going to show you is the oracles that I will be using today. So, I will be using the Crystal Angels by Doran Virtue, um, the Lavish Earth Oracle, my quality self-care activity cards, personal favorite for this kind of reading, and lastly, well, no, not lastly, my uh, tarot decks. Um, lastly, what I'm actually going to be using is the Tarot Wave. What's it called? The Tarot Wave deck. Um, but yeah, so let's get started. So I'm gonna pull cards first. Okay. Um, move this. Move this. So first card that I'm going to pull is my overall energy for this month. What is my overall energy? And sorry if the camera shakes. And we have the 10 of wands. So I don't know if you could see it. 10 of wands is usually like a overworked, overbearing, like having too many burdens kind of energy. So this month, what I feel like is going to be significant for me in my energy is having too much responsibilities. Okay. So next we have Chrysocolla. So this is gonna be like my significator too. What it says here is be crumbled so wildflowers will come up where you are. What? Be crumbled so wildflowers will come up where you are. You have been stony for too many years. Try something different. Surrender. Chrysocolla literally is the earth. Just gaze at it. It kind of does look like the planet Earth. To know this, look at it to feel your connection to self and truth and the natural order of it all. Are you in need of nurturing of Mother Earth? That which only the trees, animals, bodies of water, minerals of the earth can provide? When you are at peace with nature, you are also at peace with yourself and humanity. Use woody essential oils with chrysocolla. Sandalwood is a perfect match. Physically, chrysocolla is a match to the throat chakra and ailments that affect this part of the body. Nurturing, nature, peace, and humanity are the keywords. Ooh. So this is some definite like grounding energy. And especially since we have the wands and it's said to use what's it called? Sandalwood. Um, like my energy, like I need to find a way to deal with this energy like um, in the most effective way. And I feel like definitely letting go of this, like I have too much responsibilities, I need to do this, I need to do that, kind of, that needs to go like out the window. um so that's my significator. I'm gonna put this right here. Alright, so what I am going to do is I am going to pull some activities. What activities do I need to attempt to do this month? Stargaze and hair. I don't usually focus on my hair. Well, I kind of do, but it's not like too much, you know. So, things to simply focus on that will relax me this month is to stargaze, look at the stars, look at the moon, just meditate with the constellations. And then another activity that I could try doing is to kind of take care of my hair, pamper it, do some self beauty with, yeah, with my hair basically. It can actually be quite relaxive to do these activities. So let's pull on some messages from the crystal angels. Okay, I guess this one wants to come up. I'm gonna pull two. Okay. So we have Laminar and Ruby. Alright, so Ruby says, bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. I definitely feel like, obviously, this is connecting with the divine, connecting with Earth, trying to tell them, like, hey, I need my heart to get like an extra blessing. So I am an Aquarius, and something that's sticking out to me right now is humanity. So I do kind of have like this kind of humanitarian aspect in my chart to kind of always be looking out for people, but sometimes it's just like I need to look out for myself and I need to ask for help too. Like I can't just keep helping other people if I can't help myself, and I need to first bless myself, bless my heart to kind of like regain this kind of energy and uplift my mood. The next card we have is Larimar. Sensitive emotions. Times of heightened emotion sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. So, because I have so much going on, I want to feel like doing the most simplest thing can actually be be just relaxing. Especially since I kind of feel like this sense Larimar is pointing me to like I have like a sensitive emotion, and we have two well, kind of looks bluish. Um, so definitely throat chakra, like I mentioned, needs some work because I want to say that I'm very my I, I'm more prone to outbursts than usual for this month. I'm just gonna say that. Um, and working with my sacral chakra too. So throat chakra and sacral chakra need to be what's it called? Needs some aid. Maybe the heart chakra too, because Ruby, bless your heart. But definitely these two need to be um, engaged with more. All right. So the last is my energy for this month. So this is kind of like the direction my energy is going. The way that I view this is how specifically where I'm gonna need to apply like these kind of helpful tips into my life. So like we'll see. 1, 2, 3. 4. I think 4 is good enough. Okay. So my energy is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Moving on. The Ace of Swords. This can be difficulty or victory. The Eight of Cups. Departure. And we have the Seven of Swords. Mastery or trickery. So this is really intense. Like at the beginning, like I feel like this is more like the Wheel of Fortune can represent abundance, definitely, but it can also represent things not going your way if you're not going with the motion of the universe. For like what I mean by this is almost like if you go with the crowd, you gain the benefits, but if you stop, it's kind of like you kind of lose the benefits, and things might not tend to go your way. So it's kind of like good and bad card at the same time. I never see it as just a good card, because it technically, for me, it tends not to be that case like every time. So the Ace of Swords, you can barely see it. I am so sorry. So the Ace of Swords definitely represents victory. It can represent cutting of like this kind of like overindulgence with the dull. Either cutting a new habit into your life or cutting an old habit. And then what's left afterwards is this kind of like disbelief stage, because like the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Once like you cut this habit or you introduce this new habit, it's kind of like you kind of want to go to the old ways, and I'm more inclined into going back into this kind of like old pattern, but it's advising me that if I want to move on, I have to look forward and not look back, because if I look back, then all this work that I just did was worth for nothing. And I mean that in the most positive sense. Like there's a reason why I have so much pressure on me. Like I have this big grand opportunity and I need to use it to my advantage, and not stray too far from the path. So let's talk about my shadow cards. So my shadow card is the Ten of Cups. So this is kind of, we have two tens, and it's a sense of like almost trying to find enjoyment in your life, trying to have a happy ending to it. And this can definitely happen, but it's not gonna happen unless like I've overcome these kind of obstacles at first. And I'm just gonna do the tarot. And we have the Five of Swords. So this is being too critical, almost trying to get the upper hand when you don't really need to, or it's advised not to. But this can also represent like having the last final words. Like, is it really worth it? But yeah, that is my self-care for this month. I definitely need to implement some new habits and try not to go back into the old patterns. I am having like this kind of like a lot of pressure on me this month, so it makes sense why I need to venture out into the earth and try to connect with and try to ground myself. Like this is like, for some people it's like grounding yourself in like, yeah, go take a long walk, but for me this month is purely like get into earth energy, like literally ground yourself, because there's too much going on and you need some way to release this. Focusing on my heart and blessing it for positivity, because I can be very emotional. I am known for being very emotional this month. So yeah. And then we have stargazing here. Like the small things count. Focus on the sun, the moon, the stars, and meditate with them. Like this month I need to meditate with them. And obviously take care of my hair. My hair is my most it should be my most well looked after part of my body, of my care, especially with the yellow. Like pretty good. So I have a lot of blue and yellow energy. But yeah, that is my self-care spread for this month of August. If you're interested in this kind of reading, feel free to contact me at Jovi's Readings on Instagram, or you can send me a email at jovi.lang.tarot@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe to see more content, and hit the notification bell to see my next uploads. But without further ado, thank you for watching and take care. Bye.